Hobbit. Yeah, this is a stupid intro.
Allow me to introduce Fili, Kili, Oin, Loin, Darlin, Balin, Biffa, Boffa, Bomba, Dori, Nori, Ori, and the leader of our company, Sorin Oakenshield.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old.
That's right, it is The Hobbit and on an unexpected journey. Now, before I talk about this movie, before I get into it, I just want to say, got my ticket for IMAX, sat down, special preview, it's like, this IMAX special preview, and I was like, okay, what is it? There might be something good, but it was 3D, so I couldn't really guess what it was, because it couldn't be Man of Steel due to that not being in 3D. So I was guessing what it was. Nothing really came to mind, because there was this couple, and there was this dog in it. I was like, what is this movie? I don't know. It looked really sci-fi, really did, because it looked very in the future. And then, what was it? Star Trek Into Darkness. Yes. If you're watching this movie in IMAX, you're going to see like a 6, 7, 5 minute... It felt like I was watching the whole movie of Star Trek Into Darkness. You'll be seeing a very, very good sneak preview. I think it's the beginning of the movie, and wow, it looks good. I'll be making a separate video for that, but now let's get into The Hobbit. So The Hobbit: Unexpected Journey. The basic plot of this movie is basically a group of dwarves. First of all, it begins with old Bilbo Baggins, and he basically is writing his story of his adventure, basically his journey of this whole story, and he's writing it, and of course he's telling it. So basically now we get into the plot. Is there's a group of dwarves who want to reclaim their home and their treasure, which was stolen from the dragon Smog. And of course the journey is joined by Bilbo Baggins, young Bilbo Baggins, and of course the main man, Gandalf, and their journey begins. The journey is going to the Lonely Mountains. So let's say first of all you got Martin Freeman playing Bilbo Baggins, and he was great. Really liked him. He really fit the role perfectly, and I really like how Peter Jackson really brought out his character. Really get to know him more. He doesn't like to be out of the comfort zone. He doesn't like people messing around in his house. He likes being on his own in his little house, and it was really cool seeing that. And of course you got Gandalf played by Ian McKellen, and he's great. It's Gandalf, man. It's Gandalf. He's excellent. Really good. Love him. He's Gandalf. So let's get into the goods. Now, the acting was excellent. Every character, every person who was playing their character fit perfectly. They just fit so well. It was really nice to see. The visuals in this movie were... Sorry, excuse me. The visuals in this movie were really nice to look at. The shots were amazing, and the scenery was just really nice to look at, especially in 3D, which I saw it in, and it was really nice. The 3D added some special to it, so that was really cool. And the last hour of this movie was amazing. The last hour was what I wanted from The Hobbit. A lot of action going on. It was just really fun to watch. Everything going on, everything you wanted from The Hobbit movie is going on in that last hour. But my favourite part in this whole movie has to be Bilbo Baggins and Gollum in this little cave and doing the riddle thing. That scene was just amazing. I could watch that scene over and over again. I absolutely loved that scene. If you have seen that scene, you know what I'm talking about. That scene was just excellent. Baggins. Really loved that scene. I can watch that for 3 hours and I'll be entertained. I'll be fine. That scene, excellent. And of course I was a bit worried because since The Hobbit is taking place before Lord of the Rings, we've already seen Gollum, and this is where we first see Gollum. And Peter Jackson did fine with that. He bringing Gollum, he was great. Especially also Andy Serkis as Gollum as well. And Gollum really looks up to date, and Peter Jackson brought him in fine. Because of course we already knew him, but he brought him in fine. So I was really well done to Peter Jackson and Andy Serkis. So well done to you guys. I absolutely loved the score of this movie. Excuse me. I absolutely loved the score in this movie. The music fit every scene, especially that song. I think is Misty Mountains. That score, yeah, it would play in every action scene. It was really cool because that's when you know they're like going in and just kicking everyone's ass. So really go into the score, really well done. And what I really wanted to do is to build up to the sequel where you're like, when it ends, you're like, frick, when's the second one coming out? And this is what the movie did to me. The last hour, everything happening, everything going on was absolutely really interesting. I was glued to the IMAX screen. It was really good. The last hour was everything I wanted the Hobbit to be, and then it just ended at the scene, which I'm not going to tell you, but it just ended, and then it ended, and I was like, that's good, that is good, because now it's built me up, and I really can't wait to see the second Hobbit movie. So yeah, it's done that, so that's well done to Peter Jackson for building it all up, and then ending, and I'm like, okay, it's ended well, so that's really good. It's ended where it's ended, you know what's happened, you know what, then you can make some conclusions of what's going to happen next, maybe, and in the next movie. So yeah, that's what I wanted it to do, is build me up, and then ends, and then say, damn, I want to see the second one. So that's just what it did. So that's really well done to Peter Jackson and all the cast and all the acting. So that's really well done. So let's get into the negatives. Now, the first hour or so was a bit slow. You know what I mean. Sorry. You know, not a lot going on that much. But not the whole hour was boring. But there were some scenes where you're like, does this really need to be in it? Some scenes in this movie could have been easily just cut out. But I think, like, in an extended scene, like with The Lord of the Rings. But since I think now it's becoming 3 movies, I had to, you know, budget in there, push it in there, because it's not 2 films now. It's 3. It's going into a trilogy. I think that's why I'm just making solutions. But I'm thinking some of the scenes could have been in extended on Blu-ray or whatever. And yeah, but I think now it's because it's 3 films, they need to push everything in. I think that's why, but that's my guess. And the other problem is with the Hobbit, the dwarves. Of course, you get the main guy, Thorn, who, you know, who's the leader, who, you know, the most backstory of. Even that dinner scene at the beginning with Bilbo and all the dwarves, you get to know each one of them a bit. But as the film progresses, you're just on Thorn. You don't get to know too much about the other dwarves, which was a bit of a letdown, because I really want to, you know, I'm not, you know, if one of them died, I wouldn't care as much, because I don't know a lot about them, but maybe in the second one it might bring up more, but, you know, I just didn't really care for each and every one of them. I mainly cared for Thorn and a few other ones, and that's it really, but some of the ones are just, you know, just went in the background, I guess, which was quite a disappointment. But I mean, even though it was like a 3-hour movie, they still got, you know, a bit shadowed out, because, you know, of Thorn and some other dwarfs. But I mean, if they died, I don't know if I would care as much. But again, there's a second movie and another movie, so it might progress and we might, you know, get to know them more. You never know, and I hope that Peter Jackson does do that. And now there's a person in this movie who people might love, people might hate, people might just go, yeah. And that is, now, it is Radagast. I didn't like him. He's got bird poo on him, he's like birds on him, he's got rats all crawling up him. I didn't like him. Really, to be honest, I found him irritating, annoying, and he was just weird, playing out weird, and I didn't really like him. I thought he was just this weird guy who's just there. I don't know, since I haven't read the books, I don't really know, but thank God he wasn't in the movie a lot. He was only about for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes tops. But yeah, I didn't really like him. I know some people might like him and go, oh yeah, it's Radagast, I love him. But for me, no, I don't really like him. I found him annoying, just dirty, and he got shit on him. But yeah, I didn't really like him that much. Nah, he wasn't anything to me. So yeah, not that much to me. So yeah, that is really the overall of The Hobbit, I guess. Yeah, wow, it's finished. Sorry. So The Hobbit is a great movie, and if you're, of course, like a fan like me of Lord of the Rings, you are going to watch this movie, of course, and you might love it, you might hate it, you might love it, but you might love it and have problems with it. This is a great movie. It is a great movie. But I think the sequel will progress, and when the whole trilogy is done, you'll look at it as a great trilogy, and you'll watch it all. You like when Batman Begins, and Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises all went through, and I think this is what it's going to just do, The Hobbit. So I really enjoyed it. I really like the build up when it ends, and that's when you say, I want to see the second one, and that's what it just did. So The Hobbit is a great film. Please check this movie out. Check it in 3D. Check it in IMAX 3D if you want to see that little sneak peek of Star Trek Into Darkness. I'm not sure about other ones, but that's an exclusive to IMAX. But this movie was really good. Again, the last hour of this movie is what I wanted The Hobbit to be. And even though that first hour was a bit slow, got some downs, but it's still a great movie overall. I'm not saying this is a bad movie, don't check it out. It's The Hobbit. It's a great movie, and it's The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, and I'm giving this movie 4 out of 5. Really loved it. Really great movie. Please check this one out. Great movie overall, and yeah, The Hobbit Unexpected Journey, that is my review. I'm giving this 4 stars out of 5. Please check this one out, and yeah, enjoy yourself while you're watching it, and hey, yes, The Hobbit Unexpected Journey, and we've got 2 more movies to go, and I cannot wait to check those ones out. Cannot wait. My precious. Yeah, I should have not ended like that. But anyway, that's The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. 4 stars out of 5. Check it out and comment below on what your thoughts were on this movie. Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you like Radagast? Or did you not like him? So yeah, that is my review of it, and please check it out, and yeah, bye.